Just after midnight, deep inside a secret Soviet bunker, Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov stared at a screen that could end the world. It was September 26, 1983, and the Cold War was about to turn hot. Tensions were sky-high. Only weeks before, the Soviets had shot down a civilian airliner. And both the US and the Soviet Union were on a hair trigger, expecting the absolute worst. Petrov's job that night was simple, yet horrifying. He was the duty officer for the nuclear early warning system. If American missiles were detected, he had to sound the alarm, setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to a devastating counterstrike. Suddenly, the deafening shriek of an alarm ripped through the bunker's silence. A massive red screen flashed. Launch detected. The computer reported with high confidence that the United States had just fired a nuclear missile directly at the Soviet Union. Every officer in the room froze. Their eyes locked on Petrov. Protocol was clear. He had to report it. Had to pick up the phone and confirm the attack. Then, a second alarm. And a third, a fourth, and a fifth. The system was now screaming that 5 intercontinental ballistic missiles were hurtling toward them. The electronic maps lit up, showing their trajectory. The sirens wailed, a soundtrack for the apocalypse. The fate of hundreds of millions, maybe billions, of people now rested on his shoulders. The world held its breath, waiting for him to make the call. But Petrov didn't move. Something felt deeply wrong. He knew this satellite system. He'd even helped design it. And a single nagging question consumed him. Why only 5 missiles? A real nuclear first strike wouldn't be a small, cautious attack. It would be an all-out blitz. Hundreds of missiles launched at once to cripple any chance of retaliation. 5 missiles made no strategic sense. It was a detail so small, yet so significant. He also knew the system was new and had its glitches. And while the satellite was screaming attack, the ground-based radar systems showed nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was his gut feeling against a computer that was screaming with maximum confidence. Petrov faced an impossible choice. If he trusted the computer and was wrong, he would single-handedly start a nuclear war. Civilization would be wiped out because of a false alarm. But if he ignored the alert and the attack was real, Soviet cities would be vaporized, and he would be responsible for his country's annihilation. Time was running out. Every second that ticked by brought the supposed missiles closer. Against protocol, against his training, against the immense pressure from everyone in the room, Petrov made his decision. He picked up the direct line to his superiors and reported the unthinkable. He told them the system was malfunctioning. He declared it a false alarm. Then, he waited. The minutes that followed must have felt like an eternity. The room was deathly quiet, every person holding their breath, waiting for the sky to fall. But nothing happened. No explosions. No streaks of fire across the radar. The world kept spinning. Petrov was right. The alarm was false. An investigation later revealed the cause. Sunlight reflecting off high-altitude clouds had tricked the satellite's sensors. The system had failed catastrophically. If Petrov had been a man who simply followed orders, who trusted the machine over his own logic, the world we live in today might not exist. You might think he was hailed as a hero. But he wasn't. Petrov was reprimanded for not filling out his logbook correctly during the incident. His heroic act was classified, buried in secret Soviet files. His career stalled, and he quietly retired. For years, the world had no idea how close it came to annihilation, or who had saved it. It was only after the fall of the Soviet Union that his story came to light. The story of a man who didn't win a battle or conquer a nation. Stanislav Petrov's act of heroism was an act of restraint. In a moment of absolute panic, he chose logic over fear, and in doing so, he saved us all. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is nothing at all. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as incredible as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden histories. See you next time.